Hi everyone and happy Monday. First Monday of September. Can you even believe it? It's coming a little bit closer. There we go. Now we have got Pica to colour today. He is from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And I've got my Castle Arts Gold pencils out today. Bit different, so it'll be good. I'm having a look at my colours and just trying to decide quite how to colour Pica, because I have coloured him a few times before, and actually within the last couple of weeks from the Ivy book, and because I'm coming to the end of the Ivy book, and I've already done it, so I want to try and do it in a different way to how I've done it before. What I'm going to start with is actually the leaves. I think if I start with the leaves, it'll give me time to think about how to do the rest. So I'm going to grab the juniper green, rather nice green, and do the sort of stems and start with the leaves around this circle here. See, I think it's a nice deep colour to do the stem. I'm not going to come in much closer for this bit. I think it's quite self-explanatory really. Now if you look at the leaves in the picture, they are all, I'm just doing a little bit on the base of each, they all are slightly different, and I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to colour them as if they were all the same. I did that in the version I've done recently. I just liked doing it that way. Keeps it a little bit simpler, I think, as well. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to use a different colour on the tips of the leaves, maybe two, I haven't decided yet. But just taking a little bit of that stem colour into the leaf just so it sort of blends in. And then we'll keep going round. So yes, first Monday of September. It feels hardly any time since I was going. It's the first Monday of August. And it's bonkers. It'll be Christmas soon. Shh, who said that? Anyway. Yeah, hopefully not too soon. But yeah, I mean, I did this picture in Ivy, even though I knew it was coming up here, so I knew I didn't need to record it for you because I would be today. And when I came to this picture, but also I'm getting quite near the end of my Ivy book. I'm really looking forward to actually showing you it, because yeah, be done soon. And what I'm going to do, because it's my second copy, like I've done with other books where I've done 2 copies, is I'll do a flip through just of the book, and then I'll do a comparison flip through looking at it and my original one and sort of similarities and differences. I always find the videos really fascinating, and I do they are often fairly popular, so I assume you do too, but I shall do that. In fact, my most popular video is a comparison of my 2 copies of Secret Garden. So my one of Enchanted Forest is also quite popular. My one of Magical Jungle, not quite so popular, but that's also, I'm going to start back at the bottom because we've sort of got to stop. That's also indicative of the fact that, oh, it's a bit down here, they were put out in that order. So Secret Garden is a really early video, Enchanted Forest a little bit later, and then Magical Jungle much more recent. So that's got something to do with it too. And then I've got other Johanna Basfords to finish after that. I've got a copy. I've got 3 of her other books on the go: World of Flowers, Lost Ocean, and Worlds of Wonder, which are my second copies of all of those. But of course her new one comes out in October. It's not going to be that long, which is very exciting. And I'm actually thinking it looks quite similar to Worlds of Wonder, which is one of my favourites of her books. I think Small Victories is my favourite, to be honest. But I don't have a second copy of that one, not yet. Possibly will. I'm just trying to work through a few of my books. Getting through a few though, which is nice. You know, it feels a bit, I just feel it feels a little bit indulgent buying lots of books when you've already got loads. And I've been gifted a few as well, so I've got plenty to enjoy. and I've ordered Johanna's new one, of course. Always all of Johanna's, but yeah, trying to finish a few, and it takes a while. Some are quicker to finish than others, it just depends on the book. You know, something small and easier to colour, it doesn't take as long, it just depends. You know, a mandala book I tend to find quite easy compared to something like this, for example. Now I have to decide whether all the leaf work down here is going to be the same colours as the leaf work around here. I don't know whether I need to decide that right now, so I think I'm going to hold off and do the tips. So this was our juniper green. I'm just looking and trying to see if we've got a lighter green that matches. I'm thinking probably oh, we don't really have one. That was a bad choice. Maybe the chrome cadmium. Not really. Mint green. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be the mint green light, which I can't find. There it is. Now this is really very light, so it's going to be quite the contrast in colour. Now mint green light is oddly much darker and more intense than mint green. I don't understand why, but I don't know if the folks at Castle don't realise that if you put light on something you expect it to be lighter. It doesn't really matter, because once you've swatched them you know what to expect. But I think that's working, but it's just a bit strange to me. Anyway, I can hear my computer whirring away next door. I just made a couple of videos this morning and I'm editing them, and I'm just what I've done is I've taken them off the camera, and I'm just you have to then export them in a form which is suitable for YouTube, and that's what it's doing at the moment, whirring away. And I can just leave it and get on with other things, which is nice. I usually colour while I'm doing that. I was earlier, but I thought I'd come and have a go at this, get myself a little bit organised with videos, and was trying to think about how to colour this one. I had an idea, so I thought I'd come through, but now I'm not so sure about my idea, which is why I just procrastinated and started on leaves. I share it with you, talk you through what I did, because the other Pica pictures that I've done black and white, because Pica is a magpie, so black and white makes sense. And I actually used a photo of magpie to help me know that this bit was black and this bit is white, this bit is black, this bit of white here, that sort of thing. There are different types of magpies from different parts of the world as well, which have slightly different colouring, but usually all black and white. But today I'm thinking, do I want black and white? I mean, magpies do have a very pretty sort of bluey greeny tinge to parts of their wings sometimes as well, if it catches the light in the right direction. It's sort of really pretty. So I'm thinking maybe I want to make Pica a little bit prettier than just black and white. That might be nice. Or maybe, you know, do I want to do Pica in just some like random colour rather than a bird colour, you know? Or I was looking at, you know, this sort of oyster old rose sepia light. I love those colours, and I was thinking of doing those for the flowers and then somehow toning into Pica, but I can't do that now. They don't match these greens, so that I've scuppered that idea. But we could still do Pica sort of brighter colours. Can you hear a noise? Definitely a noise somewhere. I took my hands off the desk, so I wondered if it was just the desk squeaking. It's not. Anyway. So I still no nearer really to thinking, but I'm thinking maybe blacks and blues, a bit of sort of fluorescent-y, not fluorescent-y, sort of shiny prettiness at the ends of the wings or something to make her look him? I can't remember. I think it's him. Look more sort of shiny. I'll have a think. I think probably the best thing for me to do is to not do the flowers until the end, so I can tie them in with the colour a bit more. So that I sort of made that decision. That's something. So you don't have to do all your leaves the same. You can do them different colours around here, but I just think it makes a nice frame if they're the same somehow. Or see what, and the background inside the frame as well. I'm not sure whether to do one or not. Whether it will need it. I have to wait till the end, I think. Because I'm only using quite a limited colour palette, my mind's starting to think of what I'm going to do. Then it won't, I don't need to worry about the background. Sometimes I like to plan, the background first so that I know what colours not to use so that I can make sure it works, but it should be okay. Right, let's have a look at this. I am thinking I'd quite like to do all the leaves the same, but I'm a bit bored of doing green, so let's do something else. Let's have a look at, I'm thinking if I do the beak just in black, they've got two blacks. I'm going to use the ivory black. The Mars black is very brown. I don't want to go to the sort of brownish type colour, so here's our ivory black. So I'm just doing a light layer like that, and then I'm going to think about where it's going to be darkest. I actually think I might just put this bottom one really dark, like that. Now, it's a bit tricky to know whether to put some shine. I think I will try and make it a little lighter as we go up here. Like that. Yeah. Now, let me have a look. I'm going to use the cool grey deep for the start of all the feathers. I decided I'm not going to go for black. We're just going to go slightly lighter, and then the beak will stand out as being really black. So this is our cool grey deep. And I'm just going to start filling in the ends of all the feathers. Now, a lot of these feathers look a bit leafy. That's just the way that Johanna has sort of designed them, really. I am going to just ignore that and just pretend they're all feathers. And put a bit of black at the top of all of them. Just trying to identify what's what here. There we go. Now, put this bit quite dark under here. I love the spectacles, just balancing on the end of the beak. Very cool. Now I'm not sure with the eye, what's eyelid. I think that's right. You might want to guess a bit. I could come in a little bit closer, couldn't I? There you go. Can't do too close. I want to see all of Pica. So you don't need to go pressing too hard. We're going to be adding other colours, and it's not meant to look black. Now I've got a bit of an edge here. I think I'll just ignore it. I find it a little bit distracting that it's all sort of leaf shapes, but that's just the way Johanna used to do things. She just doesn't do it quite the same anymore. Her style has evolved a bit. Now these are loads of little shapes down here. I think it's good that her style's evolved. I think our colouring styles evolve as well. So that's really cool. I think there are people who say, you know, oh, it's all a bit too samey, but actually if you compare her earliest books and her later or more recent books, they are really quite different. The way she colours, draws, sorry. I mean, you can see it's the same artist, which is important, I think, because obviously we love colouring Johanna's things, so we need to see her style. But, you know, some of the things she does are quite different. Her new book has got a few animals in. I'm not always that keen on doing animals. I find birds okay. It depends on the animal, really. Certainly not keen on doing snakes, that's for sure. Oh, my husband sent me a video yesterday. Oh, watch this, it's interesting. Okay, watch it, and it's talking about happiness and stress and things like that. And when it talks about stress, it's saying it's a useful emotion to have, which is very true. It shows a snake. It's like, yeah, it can be. I replied to him and I said, you sent me this and it had a snake in. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't actually watch it. I was just only listening to it. Yeah. So it wasn't something you needed to actually watch. I was like, I know, but I didn't have my sound on, so I put the subtitles on, so I had to look at the screen. Ugh. Now normally I do the chest white, but I'm not going to. It's going to be a different sort of bird, or a different sort of look anyway. You can leave any bit white that you want. You have to follow me. I think that's a separate bit there. It's quite nice this week to have a simpler planner page. I'm not sure what's coming next week. I don't always look too far ahead. It can get quite scary sometimes, they're quite detailed. But I have to think about it in the terms of, well, it just gives me more videos to make, you know. Right, put a bit here. But yeah, sometimes it can be a bit daunting if it's a detailed picture on a small page. I know there's the sort of Magician's Room or whatever it is from Rooms of Wonder coming up. Ugh, I don't know if that's next week. Not going to look. Right, next I want a dark, maybe turquoisey blue. I'll put my swatch chart on, I'm having a look. And the indigo is too close to the grey, I think. We've got an ultramarine. I think the ultramarine light might do me. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. I've got to find it now. There it is, ultramarine light. And what I'm going to do is go over all these areas and take the blue towards the tip. I'm going to try to leave a little bit of white or lighter area towards the tip, because I'm going to have another colour to go after. As you can see, Pica's going to be bluish. But I'm here, don't need to necessarily copy me. What I'm doing is going over what I've done in the grey, and then just taking that colour a bit further down, whatever shape it is that we're colouring. So it's quite straightforward, and yes, I'm going fast. I'm rather finding it rather nice. I'll slow down once I get to the little detail bits. These larger bits are a bit simpler. So, what have you all got planned for this week? I'm recording in advance, so I'm recording on Sunday, the last Sunday in August. So I've got myself a little bit ahead, which is nice. We're supposed to have some really hot weather next week, so partly getting ahead because I might not feel like doing very much when it gets really hot. I might think that I ought to have a walk first thing in the morning before it gets too warm, and then by the time I get back it might be too hot to work. I'm not sure what the temp's actually going to be. It's supposed to be heat wave, but I don't know. So that's part of my plan, is to try not to get too hot. I've got my slippers on at the moment though, and I'm feeling quite cool, which is lovely. So I'm enjoying the cool. But of course, when it gets hot, we're really going to notice, because it's going to be such a big jump in temperature. But still. We'll just have to. It won't be long though. You know, we're getting towards the end of the summer, and my friend Mary's bought me a nice autumn book to colour when I feel too hot. So that's nice. Maybe it's in my flip through, the Autumn Harvest book. So that would be nice. I hadn't thought about doing that sort of thing, you know, colouring something cool. But it's a really good idea. Right, that's that. I can take that down a bit more. There we go. Now for our last colour, I am going to use, let me see what I've got. I've got a choice. I'm just contemplating. I think I'm going to use the Jade Green Light. I think that's going to work the best. Just going to give it a sharpen, if I can find my sharpener. There it is. Tidied it away, you know, as you do. So we're going to have a sort of pop of sort of turquoisey green at the end of each area. Hopefully Pica would end up looking quite smart. Now you can put this colour all over every bit that you've coloured, or you can just not quite take it up to the end. I'm going to try to leave my, not take it quite all the way up unless I feel it really needs it. And then that should help give us the contrast between light and dark on each sort of section. I think Pica looks very knowledgeable but also very friendly. It's a very cleverly drawn expression. You know, I don't know how you sort of go about making creatures look friendly. There's something about the eye which looks really kind, which is interesting. I think the little cute eyeglasses help. You know, the sort of pince nez I guess, perching on the end of the nose. I don't know how people manage with those. You must have to have quite a dip or something in the bone on your nose to sort of sit them in somehow. Maybe just hold them. I don't know. I know you can, is it opera glasses? They come on a stick, so you can just hold them up to your face. But I don't know whether I'm sure they used to do that sometimes with these type of glasses too. But I know the glasses look strange with just white in the glass, but we'll come back to those and sort them out later. I do have a plan. If you wanted to make it look like you were looking through, you would have to put this sort of feather lines in. So we're not going to do, we're going to make it look like it's reflection rather than seeing through them. I think it's a little bit easier. Well, the way I do it, dead easy. Doing all these little ones. I feel very sleepy all of a sudden. I did have a really big lunch. There were some leftovers. There were some pittas. We'd been to been out and got some leftovers. So pitta breads, and they were sliced up for dipping. So I am going all the way up with this because it's quite faint at the top. So I just grilled them slightly to warm them through, and had them with some tomatoes, and then I also had a slice of toast. I was doing a crossword with my son, which was a lot of fun. It's we buy a big issue magazine, which is sold by a homeless family who actually don't live anywhere near us, but they come into our town and sell. So buy that, and there's a crossword, cryptic and quick. And my son said, I want to do the cryptic first this week. Last week we did the quick, and then we did the cryptic. This week he said, I just want to do the cryptic first. I thought, okay. So we started it yesterday and finished it today. But he's very good at knowing, you know, how to decipher what the clue is asking you. So if it's got something like arrangement or something in the title, then you know it's probably an anagram and one of the words is being rearranged, or it might say rearranged even, something like that. And then sometimes they have references to zeros or rings or things, and then it might mean there's O or double O in the word. And then yeah, all sorts of things. So and sometimes there's quite riddly, the answers, which we like a riddle. So it was like, what was it, the one we liked? He works with cloth, but not a tailor or something like that. And the answer was some clergyman, because he's a man of the cloth. And so yeah, things like that. And so those are quite fun. Anyway, we finished that one. We did look up a couple, because there was some I didn't quite, I had an idea but I couldn't quite spell it right and that sort of thing. Oh, I think Pica looks very nice. Right, now Pica's spectacles. Now in the set there's actually a silver pencil. Which one is it? The graphite it's called. Is it that one? Yeah. It's actually metallic, so I'm going to use that for the frames. There you are, Pica. Shiny glasses. And then, oops, I'm going to grab the graphite light to do the lenses. I'll show you my plan. It's so simple. Just put couple of lines across like that, and it makes them look like they're reflecting light. I'm going to put a little bit of grey each side of the eye, so it looks like that we've got a bit of shine in the eye. Okay, now we've got the florals. Now I'm thinking that is a fact. I am going to do the leaves the same. So I'm going to do the leaves while I ponder the flowers. So we're going to go back to our juniper green and do all these leaves in the same way we did this round here. So I'm just going to do those quite quickly. You might need to pause and catch up. I'm going to go quick. I'm going to think about these florals. Now I'm thinking I'd like to have a similar effect in my flowers as I've got in my bird. So 3 different colours sort of thing. And I'm thinking a pink, purple and a middle pink and a light pink, something like that might work quite well. So I'm thinking about what we've got in our Castle Arts Gold set that we could use to get that effect. I think I've got a Bengal rose deep. I don't know if that's a bit bright. I think that might work. Definitely our sort of darkest purple, which I think is the Purple Lake Deep, so we use that. And we'll sort of need something in between. I'm not sure whether the sort of a mauve deep or a cobalt purple would work, or whether we need to go for something a little bit different. And not being able to visualise how things look makes it a tad tricky choosing, but I'll get there, I'm sure. Right, a leaf here. Yeah, I told you I'd be quick. Then I want it was mint green light to finish these off. This is partly laziness because I didn't want to think of a different colour, but I think it ties it in, and this colour I think doesn't work brilliantly with Pica, but it's what we're using already. And I think had we switched to sort of a viridian and a mint or a phthalo turquoise or something, it might have been too similar to Pica. So there's a bit there of Pica that I haven't done. I'll have to do that in a minute. But this is going to just be one video today. What time are we on? Yeah, it's not going to take that long. Got to do our butterfly though. Worry about that right at the end. What colour? Got a few plans, ideas, I think. Right, nearly done with these. Now I've got to do this little bit that I missed. So what colour was it? It was the jade green light, and we need to pop it in here, just in there, just tidying up that bit a little bit. There we go. So our florals, right, colours. Okay, Purple Lake Deep, definitely. Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Purple Lake Deep. Then something. Could go lavender then. Yeah, lavender. Is that it? I'm just struggling to find it. Bear with me. Must be this one. There it is. Lavender, and then Bengal Rose Deep. Those 3. Right. So I'm going to start in the middle with the Purple Lake Deep. I'm actually going to do the centre of the flower and then come out like that. If I think it needs something a bit more, then I'll maybe go over in black or something. But at the moment I'm just going to do it like this. Let's see how it looks. They're all different flowers, I realised that, but then all the feathers we did were all different shapes, but we still coloured them all in the same way. So I think we can carry off. Right, our next colour is the lavender. And I'm not going to go into the centre of the flower, I'm just going to bring out from just the edge there. And here I want to go around the edge. I'm going to do that in a minute. I want a blunter pencil for this bit. It's a very noisy train. That's a bit messy. Might be okay. I might go back over it in a bit. Okay, now I want to go around the edges of these. I'm going to sharpen this now. I didn't want it so sharp for the rest. There we go. Because it's just a little bit. None of our other flowers have layers. Oops, went over the edge. Never mind, not really. This one I'm going to sort of ignore the layers. Now the Bengal Rose Deep. I'm hoping it might give us a bit of an effect like this did, because it's quite a lot brighter. I don't want to put down masses, just sort of try and blend it into the other colour a bit. Not going to go all the way up to the centre. Now you can see I'm sort of ignoring the patterning. I don't know if it matters. I will have a look when I've finished whether I want to do something with it or not. I'll sort of decide in a minute. Now I'm not going to put a background behind Pica. I think Pica pops off the white really well. Oh, I've missed a bit of green there. So I'm not going to, I'm just going to do that bit of green, some mint green light. Just that, you may not have missed it. Just the last one. I'm going to have a look and a think. I'm going back to my Purple Lake Deep actually. I'm going to just darken the centres a little bit more. I just feel it needs a tad more. You may not. Yours might be darker anyway than mine. There we go. Now we have a butterfly to colour. I'd quite like to put some white on these, but I don't know if white pen works. I'll try it in a bit. So I'm going to use the colour we've used already, the Graphite Light for the body. I'm struggling to think of what colour to do our butterfly. Now Butterfly isn't black at this point, because butterfly gets black and sooty. I am going to, let's have a look at the swatch chart. The pinks are all a bit orangey. We don't want to go cold. We don't want to go too warm, because these are all quite cold colours. Excuse me. So I think I am going to go for sepia light. I just love it. I love this colour. My pencil is so blunt. There we go. Bottom wing to be a bit darker than the top wing. There we go. There. I'm not going to do a background, but I am going to try some white dots on here. Now I don't know if it's going to actually work, or whether they're going to go luminous because of the colour underneath. So this is my Sakura 10. I'm just going to put some dots around the middle there on these sort of seeds. I don't know what to do here, whether to might fill them in, these sort of teardrop shapes. I just feel like the flowers look a bit bland, and the dots, just lift them. I'm just doing different patterns of dots depending on the design of the flower. There we go, that's better. I don't know how much you can see. You could use a bit of white to put some shine on Pica's beak, but I feel that that is a little bit tricky. There we go, I think you're straight almost now. So there we go. I feel quite a simple one, but I had a lot of fun. It was nice to make Pica look a little bit different, and I think she looks quite colourful. She. Anyway, hope you have a really super day. Enjoy your Monday, and we'll have something else for you tomorrow. But for now, thank you for watching and happy colouring.